Hello folks, Jason Chrisman, Grazing Acres Farm. What you're looking at here is some local resources. This is 4 gallons of raw milk, straight from an Amish farm, just up the road from here. Been relying on this Amish for milk for the last few months, for a few reasons, or for a few calves I should say. We had a cow have a calf, and about 3 weeks later the cow died for unknown reasons. So for that reason I had to find a source of milk. Now sure, I could have went to Tractor Supply and bought a good old bag of milk powder, brought it home and mixed up my own milk. But you know, I see this as a lot healthier option. Real milk versus powdered milk. And a lot of that powdered milk has a lot of additives in it that I don't really care for my livestock to have. And let me tell you, right here in front of us we have 4 gallons of whole milk, raw milk at that. And I get this for $1.50 a gallon. So I got $6 right here in front of you. $6. Now, each one of these gallons is approximately 2 full bottles. Roughly. So it lasts me about 4 or 5 days feeding the calf that I'm feeding now. And right now I'm feeding a Holstein bull calf that was given to me about 3 weeks ago because the farmer that had him was going to put him down because he couldn't see. So a buddy called me up and said, "Hey, would you be interested in taking this calf on, bottle feeding him, and getting him to where he's weaned, and then you could sell him, maybe make a little bit of a profit?" So I took him up on the offer. I've kicked myself in the butt quite a few times just because of the time it takes to feed a blind calf. But over time, he's gotten better. He's now realized he can go to the bottle hanger, and I don't have to stand there and keep putting the bottle in his mouth. But I'm going to show you the calf here in a minute. But I wanted to point out, if you've got access to raw milk, I suggest you use that over buying milk powder. Buying the raw milk does a couple things. For one, your livestock is getting real raw milk. Number two, it helps keep the raw milk farmer going, because if you've been paying attention here recently, dairy farmers are just having lots of problems here. Nobody's buying milk anymore. Everybody wants nut juice or nut milk. Sorry. Is what it is. I mean, almond milk, almond juice, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, a couple good reasons right there. So let me get a bottle mixed up and we'll go up here and I'll show you this Holstein I'm feeding. Alright, so this is what the video is about. A blue-eyed calf and bottle feeding raw milk. So this is a calf that was given to me right before Christmas. Yeah, he was a freebie. And the reason why is he's blind. He runs into everything. He has since he's been here. That's why over here on this side I've got boards down there so he don't trip and land up over here with the big girls. So he's contained to that little area, and that little area has worked very well for him. The little bit of research I've done on Google says he has something called blue eyes. Basically what blue eyes is when he's in direct light, it looks like somebody's shining a flashlight in his eyes. They almost glow. So I've been bottle feeding him, it's the 1st of February today. I've been bottle feeding him this raw milk that I get from the Amish since I've had him. In the last couple weeks, I've been giving him a little bit of this sweet feed, and he's doing really well on that. And in that tub that he has over there that he keeps clanging into, that's got hay in it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over there and get him started on his bottle. And when I first got him, bottle feeding him was a complete pain in the ass. And the reason being is he's blind. So he would suck on the bottle a little bit, then he would pull away, make laps around his area until he came back to me and I'd stick it in his mouth. And it would take you know, roughly 35 to 40 minutes to feed him one bottle. So it was a real pain in the butt. But now I've got him to the point where I can hang the bottle over here on this wall, and he'll stay right with it. And that's what I'm going to go ahead and get set up now. I'm coming, little boy. Daddy's coming. Come on. Get up, buddy. Get up. Get up. Come on. Turn around. There we go. He's found the bottle. He'll stay right there with that bottle until it's gone. Back here in this corner you can see a little rubber bowl. That's screwed to the post. Keeps it right there where I want it. And it also makes it harder for the chickens to eat the sweet feed, which is what happens. They'll eat all their food that I just fed them, and then a lot of the chickens will run here to the barn because they know that I am feeding some sweet feed. So what I've done is I've made a little alley between the wall and this tub, and he'll circle around into there, and I'll stick his face right down in that sweet feed. And see, here's a chicken. The bad girl. You come in here every day trying to eat his food. A bad girl. Bad girl. So I've been feeding him this raw milk, like I said, since about Christmas. He's done really well on it. The problem is with all the time I've got invested in him, it's really not a profitable situation. My hopes is to get him weaned off the milk, get him on the sweet mix, or the sweet feed, and the hay only, and then sell him. Just get out from underneath of him and be done. I don't see him being profitable at all to take into a rotational grazing platform when he's going to be tripping over the polywire, tearing down the polywire all the time. What little bit I've read on this blue eye says that over time sight might come to him and he might be able to see. But some of the articles I read say he always kept the blue eyes, so don't know a whole lot about it. What I know is, like I said, I'm going to get him weaned and I'm going to get out from underneath of him. Free isn't always free when you got to invest all of your time in taking care of him. So that's my plans. Now, looky, get out of his food. Sneaky chicken. Let's slide the feeder over a little bit so you can't reach in the bowl. He's almost done with the milk, and we'll swing him over into that corner and get him on his sweet mix. You're empty, bud. You're empty. Gotta show him his food. And now he'll stay right there and eat his food. So it's taken a little bit of work, like I said, to get to this point to where it's a little bit easier on my part. When I first started him on the sweet mix, as soon as he finished his bottle, I would feed him out of here. I tried feeding him out of my hand, and each one of my fingers kind of feels like a teat, evidently, and he tries to suck on my fingers. When it's in here, there was no nibbling, no trying to suck. He just simply ate the sweet pellets. So just a couple days ago, I hung it up there on the corner, and I've just started to stick his face down in it after the bottle, and it seems to be that he stays right there and eats it all. And what he did yesterday was he turned, bumped into this, stuck his face down in the hay, and was like, oh, some hay, and went straight to eating hay. So things are looking up. I'm reducing the milk down to about 12 cups a day instead of 16. So we're working our way on getting rid of this bottle. Next week I'll go down to about 10 cups a day, and so forth and so on until there's no bottle at all. Feel sorry for the little guy having blue eyes, but I feel I've done my part, and it's almost time for me to get out from underneath this guy. So I hope you found this educational, and I hope you'll definitely consider what I said about the raw milk. I think that could be beneficial for us and the dairy farmer. If you paid attention here recently, dairy farmers are struggling. So any little thing we can do to help them, I think we ought to do that. And maybe in return, they'll come to us for hay or something. Who knows? Just wanted to share my tidbit there on buying raw milk and feeding it to your calves versus the dry milk powder. Now, when I heat this milk up, what I'm doing is just sticking it in the microwave for a few minutes and getting it just warm. Now, I'm not making it hot. So, if that's something you're getting ready to do, don't overheat the milk. It can burn them. So I hope you enjoyed this video, folks, and if so, you'll throw me a big thumbs up and maybe even take time to subscribe and see more of my content. If that's the case, make sure you click on that little bell so you can get notified when I release new videos. Thanks for watching Grazing Acres Farm.